Alrighty, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new review. Today I'll be talking about how I'm down a little bit over $42,000 day trading today and kind of talk about the mistakes I made and how we can more so look to bounce back. So yeah, today was a pretty tough day and price was not the best, but again, the trader is always at fault for his P&L outcome, his or her, despite it being green or red. The P&L outcome that you always have, whether it's day to day or whenever it is, whenever you trade, is simply because of you, right? The markets don't care about you. They don't care about a specific trader. They don't care about your certain stop. Um, the markets will operate how they will no matter what, whether you're here trading or whether you're not. And so, yeah, today was a rough day. Made some decisions, which cost me some money. The entirety of the week has been really good. Monday through Thursday, all green days. Today's the first red day of the week for me in the community, and kind of want to go over it in terms of my Lucid accounts. Um, I'm down about a minus 1.5 R. So if you guys look at yesterday specifically, we were up around 1,800 bucks. Today we're down about 17. So yesterday's trade was about a 1.7. And this 1.5 was accumulated over 3 trades. I'll be talking about the 2 losses through New York in the review. And so yeah, this is obviously for transparency. And this is kind of what we're looking at in terms of the day. And so yeah, in terms of the first trade here coming into the open, my perception of taking this first trade here on ES after seeking the opening range move that we had done, right? My higher time frame narrative was an A plus here, nor was my overnight look. My perception coming into this trade here, this trade number 1, was the fact that we had seen our opening range move traded to London highs, and then we had seen an initial rejection and then a build back up. So for me specifically, a couple of reviews ago, we talked about the fact that whenever a higher low is taken out, we always have one of two reactions. We either see a reversal, or we see price seek that retrace and build a higher low and look to trade higher draw. That was my perception here. Here's the thing about this trade specifically. There was just simply not enough confluence, right? If you look at the main component of this trade, it was simply the fact that we had seen price reclaim above the high. There was no specific major, draw. We had this hourly gap fill, but it wasn't like this hourly gap fill was the best array to work in sight, or the more so the best level to work in sight. I'd say it kind of lacked components. If you guys look at yesterday's trade or every single review this week, we've had a lot of components with our trades this week, a lot of confluence. Today's main confluence on this first trade was simply the fact that we had seen a high get taken out, opening range moved, and then we had seen price essentially come back up, creating a higher low and looking to reclaim above. The entry on this trade here was a 1-minute fair value gap entry. We had seen price come back down, tap the CE perfectly. The entry model part was not bad. But the thing that was more so lacking was price action, right? That was the thing that was more so lacking. And it costed us, right? We ended up taking this trade here, saw price go in the money initially, but then eventually came back down. Here is the execution. There's your entry, kind of wicked up here in the money initially, but then came back down. Eventually tagged us out. This trade here realized for about a $600 loss per account. A little bit more, honestly, than what my risk should have been. It's a half hour day, so my risk should be 500 bucks. That's a little bit more. I should be down a little bit more. Or no, excuse me, I should be down a little bit less, but my risk was a little bit higher. That's fine. In terms of the stop on this trade, it was a 1-minute wick low, swing low. I felt had price come back down here, traded this low, that we would see a good invalidation point where price then could most likely look to trade lower. We do then end up seeing price chop out, and we see price just consistently trade in range. And here's simply my answer if you're watching this review right now. Simplicity and how the hell I'm read today is I simply tried trading. I simply got trade happy, trading consolidative price. You go to the 15-minute time frame here, chat, and you look at price through New York today. What the fuck am I looking at? Funny enough, like what the hell am I looking at? I'm looking at a literal barcode in price. Me simplifying this here, price was just simply bad, and I had simply gotten trade happy. And there was a couple of people in chat who had pointed it out. I was not there fully. So yeah, I feel like I have one of these 2 days or one or two of these days a month where I go on a stretch where I'm like trade happy and I'm not fully situationally aware. As you guys know, obviously, with our system, we have a specific system, a specific defined way on how we do everything in terms of risk, on trades in terms of entries, in terms of stop losses, in terms of take profits. Everything's predetermined in the community. With today, I feel like I kind of just like it was a little, different, and I felt like I was a little trade happy because I wanted to close off the week right. Um, and so yeah, it was a bit tough to be honest, because I kind of just lacked the situational awareness today. Had I simply recognized price for what it was, I most likely would have not taken a trade. In terms of my system today, and this is going to sound crazy, but it's true. In terms of my system today, chat, the best realized result on today's trading session is a break-even day. Lanto, how the hell could had your best trading session be a break-even day? Well, if you look at the charts, price did not offer a clear-cut decisive systematical entry today, and that's fine, right? There's going to be days throughout a month, chat, where price is not going to be the best, where it's not going to be A plus, right? So on those days, you have to realize it for what it is and simply move on. I did not. Took a bit of a hit. It is what it is. In terms of my trade number 2, after seeing price consolidate, my perception was like, okay, price most likely is going to range bound here. This second trade here specifically is a shit trade. If we're being completely honest, this is probably one of my worst trade or one of my worst trades of the month, if that makes sense. Probably the worst one. And it's not because like the P&L size, it's just simply like statistically and like systematically one of the worst takes I've had this month specifically. Like I said, even though I'm not down too much off it. This was a 5-minute gap go invert long before we had taken out sell side liquidity. Let's go. What the fuck are you doing here, bro? Like me talking to myself right now, like what are you doing here? Rookie mistake, right? We end up coming down here, even if my perception was range, even if that was my conviction, which that's what it was after recognition here. We didn't see a liquidity grab, right? For me specifically, my interest in going long here should have been off the liquidity grab first, right? Even if I liked upside, even if I thought, okay, price is going to range, we're going to see price come up and down. It's what I'm trying to do is more look for the in-range pivotal takes. We didn't see any liquidity grabbed here. We did see this woman at internal get taken out, but we didn't see this major area of liquidity, which is what we more so wanted to see price do initially. I still took the trade despite anything. My entry model obviously was the 1-minute closure at 11:37 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stop loss was the low put in place, and we had gotten jabbed out. Well, no shit. You know why? Because we took a trade that did not take liquidity. We took a trade in bad price action, clearly looking at that 15-minute time frame. And in terms of draw here, when price is as bad as it is here, it's very hard to see price draw into an area of liquidity like this, right? Because you're still seeing, at the time of this review here, chat, price is still chopping. New York is still trading within its overnight range. So just a couple of mistakes by me today. And, every trader, they have their, bad days here and there. Everyone does. Even sports athletes, LeBron James, fucking Ronaldo, Messi, all of them in their primes, they have games where they're not doing the best. That's what it was for today specifically. So what I'm going to do here today is after I finish this review tonight, I'm going to go back and really journal on why I had the type of day I did. Again, 4 days in a row, we did very well, and we're still closing out the week exceptional, right? Very good week. But for today specifically, I lacked discipline, a bit impatient, resulted in the day that I had. And for some reason, I couldn't be situationally aware as much as I usually am. My system literally is screaming at me not to take this trade because we don't have, most of the components that we're looking at here, and I still take these trades. So that's kind of transparent wise. Like I said, with Lucid, these accounts are small gray now, these straight to funded accounts. So we'll see how we build off them next week. I'm still deciding on what I want to do, to be honest, because if I'm being truly honest through this review, I kind of had a bit of a back and forth with my community today because there was like a comment posted on how people are just like flip-flopping their risk and just trying to copy and paste exactly what I do. Now, I don't mind my community taking the same trades as I do. Like, that's the whole point of me doing as much as I do with you guys, is to be able to, like, I don't know, make it as easy as possible for you guys. I don't mind that. That's what I want to do. But here's my thing is, like, when you're abandoning your risk, being how it is in the community, if you guys don't know, we have everything, like I said, we have everything predetermined, everything's set. Once you have that set in stone risk that you have dollar-wise, like dollar risk, stick to it. And I saw a couple comments today which kind of put me off in the aspect of, oh yeah, people are abandoning their risk plan to be able to follow your exact dollar risk per trade. If I'm trading a 150K account and you're trading a 25K, a 50K account, your risk should not be the same as mine. It's as equal as that, right? And so got put off a little bit in chat today, but yeah, I'm going to talk to them with it as well. And hopefully just help as many people as I can with that. And yeah, that's pretty much the day. Still, again, a great week overall. Closing out pretty profitable. Good bounce back to close out the month. And yeah, with that being said, that's the review. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe. Peace out.